Hey everyone, here's another pickup video, and there's still more to come because I still have a massive load of pickups to go through. So let's get to it. My first pickup, Arkham Knight. Now I know what you're thinking, it's a good game, and it is. Unfortunately, I've never played it. I've only watched other people play it. But I have it, and it's sealed. It's probably going to stay that way for at least a little bit because I got schoolwork and stuff to do. Plus, I got 3 kids, but I will get to it eventually. Now, our next pickup, I already had a digital copy of it, but I wanted a physical copy because, once again, limited run games, Curses and Chaos. Always go for the physical copy when you can. You know what I mean? And I've actually played this game. Like I said, I have a digital copy. It's actually quite entertaining. And my wife loves playing it with me, which is actually kind of cool. Now, I started this channel. It's called All About That Nerd Life. I started it not to focus on video games, but to focus on everything geeky and nerdy and let people know, hey, just because what you like is nerdy or geeky does not make it wrong. That being said, this next pickup isn't a video game. It's not a video game system. It's a cartoon series. It's the entire Super Mario World cartoon series. Saturday morning cartoon series. Now, this is about where I stopped watching. I mean, I watched the Super Mario Brothers Super Show with, I think it was Captain Lou Albano, and Cole Eggert was a guest star. And I did watch Super Mario Brothers 3. I never really watched Super Mario World, except for 1 or 2 episodes, but I got the complete series right here. And I got it off of Amazon. Amazon is very addictive, but I got it off of Amazon for like $6, and it was brand new, sealed. You can't beat that. You just can't. And this one I've wanted for quite some time. And it took me forever to find it. Took me forever to be able to get it. The complete original series Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know, from the 80s and early 90s. And it's all there. It's all there. Look at that. Every single season. And what I like about this is that it's in the turtle van, but also the wheels turn. That's a detail you don't really see very much anymore. They probably would have locked them in place or something like that if it was anybody else who came out with it. But I got this. Oh my goodness, it took me forever to get this. See, my kids grew up on the Nickelodeon reboot or the Alien reboot from like the late 90s. Or even the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles The Next Generation, you know, with the female turtle. And nothing against those ones. Those are entertaining, but they're not what I grew up on. Now I can show my kids what I grew up on. So, I mean, I like that because then I can show them what I watched. And they usually like what I watch. So, I also picked up let's see if you can read that, 8 terabyte external hard drive. And I know what you're thinking. Why would you get an 8 terabyte hard drive? Because the PlayStation Network has finally decided to allow external hard drives for game data. Or extended storage, as they put it. So I bought an 8 terabyte one for all my game data. So I'm trying to keep all my save data, game data, I'm trying to keep it off the system. I have one hard drive that is formatted for save data. And this bad boy is set up for game data. It's a Seagate 8 terabyte. And it's 8 terabytes. But see, here's the problem. I know it's only going to fit like 12 or 16 games. I'm doing rough numbers here, people. But you figure each game's about 50 gigabytes. And 2 games, that's it's 100 gigabytes or 1 terabyte. I could be wrong on the math. Don't hate me, but I know it's not going to fit very many games, but it's going to serve the purpose for now. I can always get another one later. Next is a group of ones. Obviously, you part of it you guys already know about if you've watched my playthrough videos. And that's because it is my Retron 5. Now, I got the Retron 5 because I figured, one, it'll help me with my gameplay footage. Two, it's one system. And it's like 10, it's one system that plays up to 10 different systems. So I just have to plug in one, and I can play 10 different systems instead of having to unplug, replug, all that good stuff. Because if you haven't noticed, I'm in an apartment. And people who live in an apartment don't necessarily have the room, like Metal Jesus or any of the other YouTubers, to have a game room where they can sit there and finagle it or configure it to where literally everything's already plugged in. Nothing against those guys. Those guys are amazing. I love watching those guys. And they give me hope for when I do get a house, I can configure a game room similar to that, maybe with my own little flair. But I'm in an apartment, and I ain't got time for that. So I got the system, and my plan is to eventually play like 2-player, like Turtles, the arcade game on there, with like a friend of mine, because it's always fun to play games with friends. So I bought an extra Retron 5 controller, and I know what you're thinking. You know, people are complaining about the controller, the synchronicity problems. I haven't had any of that, and what I found is, yeah, it's kind of bulky, but after you figure out what the button configuration is for that particular game, you can usually work through it. I like the fact that it's wireless, and it works with pretty much all the games. Yes, it's a different configuration each time, and you'll have to learn it. But honestly, when you got a new system, you had to do the same thing, right? I'm just not going to hate on the controller because it's wireless. It allows me to play wirelessly with my old school systems without having to pop in batteries or spend a crap ton of money on the batteries. Now, if you remember what I said, the Retron 5 plays 10 systems. That wasn't good enough for me. No, sir. I went ahead and got the Game Gear Sega Master System, Sega Master Card System adapter. So now, not only does it play 10 systems, it now plays 13 systems. And you know me, 13's my lucky number. So, there you go. Now, that's the first pickup video of probably a long line of them. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and I'll see you guys next week.